Hey, coaches, how are you guys doing today? Well, I hope. I am coming to you today to share kind of how to break up your day so that you can be successful in this business in 2 years. Because if you can put in probably about 2 hours per day dedicated to your business, I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be successful as a coach. The thing is, if you don't really put in a plan for how you want to dictate those 2 hours. You're going to be doing what I like to call busy work or useless work or what the heck did I do? Like, I don't even know what I accomplished today. It's just mindless work. So I want to give you 5 tips for how to kind of separate your 2 hours of your day that you're going to dedicate to your Beachbody business. So let's get into it. The first topic that we'll discuss, the first thing that you need to do in order to be successful in any business that you're in is plan. You have to set up a plan. So your day without a plan, obviously your day is going to run you. If you don't run your day is going to run you. I am so guilty of that happening more times than I even want to admit. I just sit down like, all right, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. And then I just get so overwhelmed with other stuff that's going on. People start messaging me. I start talking to other people. I start scrolling through news feeds. And I don't have my to-do list. And so 2 hours have gone by, and I'm like, what did I do? Like, what did I do productive for my business today? Nothing, because I was scrolling on Facebook, talking to people, sending messages out. Like, I didn't do what I sat down to do. So you've got to have a plan. That'll put you in reactive mode if you don't have a plan set for your day. So you'll sit down to just start doing stuff. People will start messaging you, and you'll just start reacting to messages, reacting to posts, instead of actually having a laid out plan for what you want to do for that day. So that's why you need a plan. How are you going to implement this plan? Create a weekly calendar for yourself. The first thing you want to do when you set that weekly calendar is set your non-negotiable times. So let's say there's a specific time that you are spending with your family. We don't have much time when we get home from, if you're still working a full-time job, when you get home from your full-time job to spend with your family, you might have like 3 hours to dedicate to your family. So if that's your non-negotiable time, like from 6 to 9 p.m., that's your time you're going to spend with your husband and your kids, or your wife and your kids, then mark that as your non-negotiable time. And don't let anything interfere with that. Don't feel like you have to give up that time to dedicate with your family to dedicate to your business, because you don't. That's your non-negotiable time. Like from 8 to 9, maybe that's your time with your babies to bond, read stories, do homework, whatever you have to do. So just mark those times off first and foremost on your calendar. Next, schedule your time for your side business. Schedule the hours, your hours of operation, and try your best to stick to those hours. For myself, I generally dedicate at night between 8 and 10 p.m. Those are the hours that I have set aside to work my business, for me to actually sit down in front of my computer and say, all right, this is what I'm going to be working on tonight. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to accomplish it. That's when my plan goes into work for that day. So set your hours of operation and work with that, because the bigger that your business continues to grow, the more people you're going to have pulling on you throughout the day. So you want to set that expectation now, while you're still growing your businesses, and while you are still trying to get yourself out there and kind of let everybody know who you are. So I would go ahead and set that expectation now. That doesn't mean that you have to ignore messages from people when they come in. Just let them know, great, I'm so excited that you're interested. How about I contact you tonight at 8 o'clock to discuss it? People are usually okay with that. Also, the big thing with planning is writing out your goals. Guys, this is something that you have to do weekly, whether you want to or not. And this doesn't mean look at your old list of goals and copy that list down. This means from your head, once a week, write down your goals, because those goals may change from week to week. So you want to write them down. And if something is really important to you and stays on the top of your list, then that's something that you got to drive for and push for. And writing them down weekly is just a reminder and motivation for why you got into this business in the first place. So make it a point to write down your goals weekly. I'd like to say top 10 goals that you have for yourself. If you've only got 5 right now, that's okay, but I would strive to push to 10 goals. They don't have to be all Beachbody related. They don't have to be all personal related. You can do a mixture of both, actually, would be great. Anything that's personal for you that you want to do, if you're like, I want a new dining room set, or I want a new bedroom set, or, your goals are anything that's pushing you, anything that's driving you. So they can be as small as that, or they can be as large as paying off $100,000 in debt. But write those goals down weekly. The next thing is to create a task list for yourself. You want to kind of set that out in order of priority, like what must be done today? What do I absolutely have to do today? And then after that gets done, it's what would be great if I could get to it today, or what needs to be done before the week is out. And then you'll have your list of, all right, what can I get to when I get to it? Like, it's not really a big deal. So make sure you make out your task list. Have your priority list first. I have to get this done today. Then have your, if I need to get this done by the rest of the week. And then when I get to it, this needs to get done as well. Make that out. So that's the first tip, plan. The second tip is education. This is the most vital part of any side business or any business that you're in, period. Why do you want to learn about education? Because you want to know the most that you can about what you're getting into. You're going to be the expert for people. People are going to be coming to you. They come to you looking for a leader. they want somebody who's going to guide them and say, I'm going to be their fitness leader and confident in this business. So it's really about learning everything that you can about the business. Do you have to learn it all in the first couple of months? No. I'm a year in, and I'm still learning. Constantly learning. My personal development keeps me on my toes. My Beachbody training keeps me on my toes. The weekly calls that we have keep me educated. So it's vital, extremely vital to your success in this business to continue to educate yourself. To have more, you have to become more. Like, you are a direct reflection of the hard work that you put in. Those dreams that you go after, when you're trying to achieve those dreams, you're going to become a different person. It's going to change you. It's going to make you a better person. It's going to make you more determined, more confident. Trust me, I'm not telling you this because I think that's the case. I've seen the change in myself in the past year. How much more outgoing and confident and secure I am in myself. It will change you, and that comes with education. Now, how do we educate ourselves? First thing, personal development. You guys know we push this. It's one of our 3 vital behaviors. 10 pages of a personal development book or training every day. That's it. 10 pages. You can read 10 pages on your lunch break. Like, you decide when you're going to do your personal development. I generally do for a portion of my lunch. I will go and read 10 pages. Or if I haven't done it that morning before I get out of the bed. I love doing that because then I feel like I'm starting my day with the right mindset and mentality. But sometimes sleep is a little more important, and if it is, then I suggest going to maybe on your lunch break, because generally in the evenings we get caught up with doing so many different activities and workouts and dinner and talking to people, and you might not have time for your personal development. So that's something that you definitely want to schedule into your day. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You also want to become knowledgeable on the products and the trainings that we have out there. In our Coach Online office, under News and Training and the Coach Training Academy, there are so many valuable videos that we have. Under the Sales and Marketing tab, we've got a whole list of just like the challenge guides, the frequently asked questions for each and every Beachbody program that's out there. Getting yourself familiar with those programs is vital to your success. Getting yourself familiar with the ingredients that are in Shakeology. Do you need to know every ingredient that's in Shakeology? Absolutely not. There's way too many to name or to remember. But my tip is to get familiar with like 3 of them. There's a few in there that are really specific towards like diabetes or high blood pressure. It's like something that you know affects your target market. That may be one of the ingredients, and be able to talk to people about. So, you know what, it actually contains this ingredient that's really, really helpful if you've got high blood pressure or if you've got diabetes to get your insulin levels leveled out. So learning about the products and participating in the training is extremely important in the education portion of your day. The last thing is attending any trainings or seminars that are available. As newer coaches, the biggest thing to make sure that you're going to attend is Summit. That's going to change your whole mindset. It's going to blow up your business. Like when I left Summit, I have seen an increase in my income. And 2 months after leaving Summit, I just got promoted in my business. 2 months. Like it lights a fire under you like no other. So you want to make sure that you attend Summit. And that's for years down the line as a coach. 10 years down the line, I want to see each and every one of you still there at Summit right along with me because it's going to continue to fire you up and keep you motivated in your business and give you new tips, and training. All right. So why do you want to network? Customers, you don't have a business. Pretty self-explanatory, right? You want to reach out, you want to meet new customers, and you want to continue to do that because without new customers, like, see you connect. Who do you want to connect with? Who do you need to connect with? Who's that target market that you want to connect with? So I think, because these people don't know, I haven't contacted them yet, but I have a full list of names of people. Like I sat down and just made out a list of names. It's 4 pages, as you guys can see, of names of people that I want to get in contact with to discuss, because I think either it would be a good opportunity for them to get involved in the business, or I think that maybe they could benefit from one of the programs. And it's really just reaching out and starting that relationship with them. So make your list. I know it's scary at first. We've got some great memory joggers on the coach training, to help you kind of spark things like family, friends, your doctor, your people you went to high school with, people you went to college with. We've got Facebook, which is amazing for helping you come up with a list of people. And what the biggest thing I want to tell you guys is to not write people off. Don't be that downer for yourself. Don't look at somebody's name and be like, no, I don't think she can afford it, or no, I don't think she would be interested in this. I can speak for one of my coaches in particular. I reached out to Amy, and I had no idea where it was going to go, if she was even going to be interested. I had pretty much told myself, I was like, I don't even think she'll be interested in this. She's probably going to be like, I haven't talked to this girl since high school. Like, why are you contacting me? And it shocked my whole world. We just kind of started chatting it up a little bit, and I asked her if she wanted to watch the webinar, and the next message I got from her was, sign me up, I'm ready. So you never know. You can't write anybody off because you don't know what their situation is, how this will affect their life. The worst thing they can say to you is no. And what's that going to do? Nothing. You'll be like, okay, great. There's no worries, no problem. If it's not for you, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to introduce that to you. We're going to go for the no's in this business. That's what we do. We drive for those. Like, I set a goal for myself to get at least 10 no's a week. At least. And when you change your mindset on how you're going into the business and how you're going after people, like you go after those no's and you're excited when you get a no, oh my gosh, changes your whole mindset on the business. It's crazy. The next thing with networking is to make sure that you get their information. I have business cards. I rarely use them because how many times has somebody given you a business card and you've been like, all right, thanks, stuck it in your wallet, never looked at it again, never called, never did anything. So that's why I highly, highly, highly recommend that you get their information, get their contact information, and kind of figure out the best time for you to contact them. And then you can give them your business card. Because at that point, it doesn't make a difference because you've got their contact information, you can call them. The business card is just a reminder at that point of who you are. So that's how you want to network. You also want to get into your target market. And it's a lot. Sometimes it's really hard to determine who's my target market? Who am I reaching out towards? Write down everything that you can about yourself. And that's your target market. because we like to work with people who are like us, right? So that's how you figure out who your target market is. I had no idea when I came into the business. I was just reaching out to different people. Like, I didn't know who I was talking about. I didn't want to eliminate or say, no, I don't want to work with any guys, or I don't want to work with any, I don't know, older individuals, or I don't want to feel like I'm excluding anybody. I'm open to everybody. But you really can't be. And I know it sounds weird. It sounds crazy. But when you set your target market and you go after that, I literally made a list of all the type of people that I like to work with. I love working with women. I like working with women who are in relationships. I do like working with women who have like that entrepreneurial spirit, who have that tell me what to do and I'll do it type personality, who have that go-getter about them. I like women who are into their faith and Christianity. I like women who enjoy working out. I like working with women who have a positive attitude on life. They may be down in the dumps for a minute, but they actually have a very positive outlook and enjoy encouraging people and helping other people. So when I wrote down my list of the type of woman that I wanted to work with, that's what I did. Does that mean that everybody that I work with is going to be a woman? No. I have some guys that I work with. Does that mean that every person that I work with is going to be a Christian? No. I have people who are non-believers, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. They just know that when they work with me, when you come to me with an issue or something that you're concerned about, I'm going to be like, let's pray about it. Let's do it. Let's pray. Let's get on track with that. So that's how you're going to determine who your target market is. Find out about yourself, what you like about yourself, and then that's kind of who you gear your post towards. That's the gist of it. All right, the fourth tip, marketing. So why do you want to market? You have to tell people what you're doing. Otherwise, they won't know. So if you're not really kind of sprinkling your page with Beachbody stuff, that doesn't mean overload it every single day with something about Beachbody. You don't have to do that. But or like an ad, or selling something with Beachbody every day. But once a day, maybe commenting on drinking your Shakeology, or your workout, or just something about fitness, just so people know and can start to recognize you as a fitness resource. That's something you have to tell people what you're doing. Otherwise, they have no idea. So you have to market yourself. So how do you market yourself? Pick 2 mediums that you want to market yourself from. I would recommend one be face-to-face and one be social media. A lot of us have built our businesses on social media. If you're in a really small town, you may not be able to get into that face-to-face market. But for face-to-face, think about the groups that you're involved in. Think about your church members that you interact with. Think about your coworkers that you interact with. Any type of small group that you're in, support group or anything like that. Those are all great avenues for you to talk to people and start marketing yourself and tell them, hey, yeah, I decided to join Beachbody. I was really tired of, just feeling unhappy and unhealthy about myself. So I just decided to kind of change my life. I decided to get healthy and take that next step. And all you're doing is sharing your story. Teresa is a beast at sharing her story. Like, she's amazing at it. People just come up, they ask her, what have you been doing? And she just starts telling them about 21 Day Fix and how she's lost the weight. And it's working amazingly well for her. So her target market or medium that she excels in is face-to-face. That's where she's the most successful. Is that going to work for everybody? No, but I don't want you to mark it out. Some areas you're going to be more successful in. Social media is where Leslie just excels. She goes through the roof with social media. Like, as soon as she puts a post up, people, like 100 people are automatically going to like it. She's got people engaged. They connect with her. That's where her market is. That's one of the mediums where she's been really, really successful. So that's where she wants to market herself as a Beachbody coach. And telling people what she does. So if you're good with social media, this is a good place for you to put up videos. If you're comfortable with making videos, you will get more comfortable with it, trust me. I hated videos when I started, and now you guys see I do one every single day. It's crazy. So just pick a social medium that you like. If you're more comfortable on Instagram, then build your business on Instagram. The thing with Instagram is that you have to make sure that you're consistent with the type of posts that you put up. So people need to know that if you're into fitness and that's what you're about, then they know that they can come to your page to get fitness advice. If you're into motivation, they know they can come to your page for motivational things. If you're into food and cooking and recipes, they know that they can come to your Instagram page for that. So if you're going to do Instagram, you've got to pick one medium that you're really going to market with. Facebook is a little bit easier because you can kind of do different things to market yourself. But you pick the social media market that works for you. Twitter is great as well. You can put as many tweets up as as you like. For me, Facebook has been my go-to. Instagram is good, but I'm not as consistent on Instagram, I'll be honest. All right. The fifth step for being successful in this business in 2 years and 2 hours a day is to follow up. You have to follow up with people, guys. Have to. Why? Because I don't know if you guys have heard, but people need to see something 8 times before they decide to commit to it. 8 times. Yep. People need to see something 8 times before they commit to it. So you following up and taking no as an answer the first time is not really going to help you out. I've come to Leslie about this business I think I probably hit her up like 5 times before she was actually like, okay, let me see what it's all about. Like, what are you really talking about here, Mom? Before she agreed to trust me as her coach. So I don't want you to think that just because you put up a post on your page one time and nobody responds to it, that means that they're not interested. We have so much going on in our lives that we forget about things. Like if somebody hit you up about something and you'd be like, yeah, I'll watch that when I get home. I'll read it when I get home. And then other stuff starts going on and you forget about it. It's not a personal jab towards them. You just got busy with other stuff and you forgot. So if that person does follow back up with you, it's a reminder. You're like, oh, shoot, I completely forgot to do that. Let me do it now. I'll do it right now. So it's not annoying. It's not pestering or nagging people when you follow up with them. If they're truly not interested, they will tell you, no, I am not interested. You don't have to contact me about it anymore. But most people are really, really nice about it. And once you talk to them about it, that I still have people that have told me no, and I come back to them like 3 months later, and I'm like, I am not trying to nag you or pester you, but we just had this great sneak peek, and we're starting up a new training, and I can't get it off my heart that I think you would be a really great coach. I think you would really benefit from this. And some are still like, I've been thinking about it, but I still don't think I'm ready. Some of them will just outright say no, and then some will be like, okay, fine. What is it? Like, tell me about it. So just wear them down. It's like Steve Urkel, wearing you down. So how do you follow up with people? The first thing you want to do is use a contact system that you're going to use to keep in touch with people. I use Automatic CEO. That's the system that I use to keep myself accountable. I also have a calendar on my phone. I put stuff in my calendar phone all the time. Literally, you guys, my memory is so bad. If I don't write it down, I'm not going to do it. So I have to make myself little reminders in my phone to pop up when I have calls, or if I need to follow up. Somebody tells me to follow up with them. They're like, yeah, follow up with me next week. Or let me think about it and I'll get back to you. I'm like, okay, great. So would next week be a good time for me to contact you? They're like, yeah, I think that would be good. All right, what day next week would be good for you? And when they tell me that day, I go ahead and put it in my calendar right then so that it pops up as a notification. Automatic CEO sends me an email if there's anything, if there's a topic that I need to talk to somebody about. I can make notes in there about the conversations that I've had with them. So that's been beneficial for me. We also have Asana, which is free. It's www.asana.com, asana.com. That one's really good for keeping up and following up with people too. It will send you an email reminder when you need to talk to people. It also lets you keep notes. Automatic CEO was easier for me because I can put all my customers in there, I can do all my emails from there, and I can set myself follow-ups in there as well. So that's why it was a little bit easier for me to use. But you find the system that works best for you. If it's a notebook that you use to write all your stuff down in, use the notebook. But just make yourself a list, because just like you, they'll forget about stuff, and you'll forget to follow up with people too. Stuff gets busy, you start talking to other people, you'll forget to follow up yourself. So make sure you have a way to remind yourself to follow up with people. You want to maintain your friendships and relationships with people. When you're following up, you don't always have to follow up about Beachbody or a presentation or a webinar, coaching opportunity, or a challenge group. Sometimes you can just be contacting them just to say, hey, how's it going? I was just checking in on you. If you see something kind of sad on their post, like they posted things saying they're having a hard day or somebody passed in their family, you checking in and being like, hey, I saw your post. I'm so sorry to hear about the loss in your family. Please know that you're in my prayers. Like something like that. You want to maintain those friendships and those relationships. It doesn't always have to be about the business either. So make sure you're doing that as well. So let's go through how to break down these 5 steps. So we've got planning, we've got education, we've got networking, we've got marketing, and we have follow-ups. So how do you plan this out in your 2-hour day if you're going to do 2 hours? And this doesn't mean you have to set a block of 2 hours in your morning or a block and 2 hours at night that you have to do these. You can spread this out throughout the day. So the planning process should take you about 5 minutes a day to write down get your calendar together, write down your task list for that day. That should take you probably 5 minutes to do. At the beginning of the week, it may take a little bit longer because you're creating your weekly calendar and you're writing down your goals for the week, so it might take you 10 minutes. But planning should only take 5 to 10 minutes to get you started for the day. Education is the biggest part of your day. I would say dedicate 30 to 60 minutes to your education, whether that's you watching trainings or reading your personal development book or attending a seminar, something like that. 30 to 60 minutes of your 2-hour day should be dedicated to educating yourself about the business, because the more educated that you are, the more you're going to feel comfortable with talking to people about the product, because you're comfortable with it. You know what you're talking about. We're always more comfortable when we know what we're talking about. The networking portion of it, that should be probably 10 to 20 minutes a day, where you are contacting new customers, getting in contact, or sending out messages, kind of posting on your page. That should probably break that into about 10 to 20 minutes of your day that you're doing. The marketing portion, where you're telling people what you're doing, you're talking to people about what you're doing, another 10 to 20 minutes of your day should be dedicated towards that. And then the follow-up should be the same amount, 10 to 20 minutes of your day spent following up with people or reconnecting with people. Like I said, this doesn't have to be done in a 2-hour block. You can spread this time out throughout your day. When you get up in the morning, you go ahead and make out your task list for the day, what you want to do. If you want to get in a few minutes of personal development that morning, you can do that then. Maybe on your lunch break, spend 30 minutes reading a little bit of personal development, or listening to a training, or listening to one of the videos in your video library from your Coach Online office. Listening to one of the videos or trainings that I put up, listening to the National Wake Up Call. All of that's considered to be part of your personal development and education. And then the rest of it, the networking, the marketing, and the following up, you just do sporadically throughout your day. Maybe as people message you, you can send them a message back, or just kind of throughout the day. You see all of us are putting up posts. Talia is infamous for putting up posts on her page. She's always putting something up, a story, a news story, something that's going to bring you awareness, something about fitness, or posting pics of those gorgeous little girls of hers. So this is just something that you do throughout the rest of your day. So the main portion is making sure you get your task done, 5 minutes, and then getting your education in. And the rest of it will fall throughout your day. So you just want to spread it out, basically, is the gist of it. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I know it can be a little overwhelming trying to figure out what do I need to be doing with my day? How do I need to be splitting it up and making it efficient for me and making it effective for my business, so I don't feel like I'm just doing mindless work. So I hope that this 2-hour a day breakdown is helpful for you. And I guarantee you, 2 hours a day of breaking your day apart like this, in 2 years, you will be able to accomplish a lot of the goals that you've written down for yourself. guaranteed. I've seen it happen with so many coaches in Beachbody. They spent 2 years in, 2.5 years, and they've been able to quit their full-time jobs and pursue Beachbody full-time. I've seen it happen. I know that it can happen for you guys as well. So stay on track, stay focused, stay encouraged. If you have any questions, please know that I am always available for you to contact. I think you guys have gotten quite comfortable with it, and I'm always here to answer your questions. That's what I'm here for. I'm your resource for you. So hope this was helpful. Guys, have a fantastic day. Bye.